Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to come and talk to you about passing the national exam. So back in September, I took the exam early, got it out the way, and part of that is because I go to a K-CREP accredited school, so I was able to sit for the exam while still a student in my last year. So I used 5 things to help me get through and study. So the first one is Pocket Prep, and it is pretty much what it is. Like, it is a tool that is in your phone, and you have daily questions every day. You have different test banks. You have a question bank that comes with the premium version, which is like $20 a month. If you do get that, I suggest getting that closer to when it's time to take your exam. That way you don't feel like you're wasting money. So I liked it, and how I used it. So I would take a 10-question quiz every day, and I would also I would take the 10-question quiz, and then you get a missed bank quiz or a missed question quiz. So at the end of the week, I would take all the questions that I missed and just go through them again and try and answer them again. I would also write down not the right answer, but the reasoning for why I got things wrong. For me, I felt like that was a better way to study for me. So the second tool that I used was test.com. So test.com, they, for I think $45 or $50 one-time fee, you get access to like 500 questions. I think it's like 500 questions, about 50 narratives. So it's probably even more than that. There's flashcards, there's all these things. I did find test.com to be a lot harder than the actual exam. It was a lot of assessments on test.com. So, and when I took my version of the exam, there was not a lot of assessments. I think I had one question on assessment. So I'm kind of glad I didn't waste my time with assessments. Um, so that's that. So Pocket Prep, test.com. Um, Also, I used counselingexam.com. So I purchased their study guide for about, I think, $80. And I also purchased the DSM-5 study guide. And I feel like that part was a waste of money. Like, I didn't need the DSM-5 study guide because I have my DSM-5 on my computer. And so that was a waste, but I have it, so whatever. But the study guide has a lot of information, and I like the way that the information was broken down and made it digestible. So you had a section on like assessments, on theories, diversity. Like, I'm trying to think of all the sections. There's also one on like statistics. I had no statistical type questioning on my exam, like, whatsoever. But that stuff is there, quantitative and qualitative research and all that stuff that was my least favorite of the program, even though I'm going into a PhD, like, but all that stuff is there too. And they also have a subscription. So when I got close to my exam, I took it in September, so around July, I purchased a 2-month subscription that gave me practice narratives, all that stuff, and I like that better than well, no, I like those equally. Like, they complement each other very well. And I think when you purchase the subscription, like a certain amount of months, you do also get the study guide for free, I believe. So, um, also, if you're going to sign up for counseling exam, the best time to do it is around the holidays because they always have a discount. Like, I think I signed up before the 4th of July, and there was a 4th of July discount, which I wish I would have had, but whatever, like, it's okay. So there's that. And the fifth thing that I used was my DSM-5. Like, what I did, I didn't use the study guide. I actually just found a list of like the most common disorders that I would find on the exam, and I went through and I made a study guide with the symptoms, how they present, the onset, and the duration, and what other disorders are they most likely to like correlate with, differential diagnosis. There we go. So I had all that information down. I think I might do a video kind of showing how one of my study guides, like how I put it together. So I would do that. Also, um, I found that it was helpful to use the little booklet. I went to Capella, or I'm going to Capella. So they give you, for track 1 and track 2 residency, they give you a Capella clinical like book with all the theories inside, all the core competencies, how to ask open-ended, closed-ended questions and whatnot. And that was very helpful for me, especially studying the theories. And another thing is like going on Facebook. Like, I'm an older millennial, so Facebook is where I'm at. So Facebook has a lot of NCE and the National Clinical Mental Health Counseling exam, the NCHMCE, because that's the one I took. So that they have a lot of study groups, and so I was in that group. Now, disclaimer, a lot of people fail in that group. And my opinion is that because a lot of those people have been practicing already and they did not take the exam right after school or while they were in school because probably it wasn't available. So it is easy to get discouraged because I had to turn off that group like 2 weeks before my exam because everybody was like, 5th time and I failed, blah, blah, blah. And when people passed on their first time and they would post to the group, people would kind of get in their feelings and be like, stop saying one and done. Other people are trying really hard. So, you gauge how active you want to be in that group. But I did find a lot of information, and I posted some stuff in that group, like my study schedule and what I did. And when I passed, I was one of those one and done girlies, and I was proud of myself, and the group was helpful, so I wanted to post, so I did. But yeah, so those are the tools that I use. So we'll go through it again. Pocket Prep, Test.com, Counseling Exam. Counseling Exam also has a podcast, How to Pass the Clinical Exam, I think it's called. A lot of information. You just scroll down, find the topic you want to listen to, and it was very helpful because when I was doing my old job, delivering mail, I would just put on the podcast and just study that way. So if you're an auditory person, like, that's really helpful. So I had Pocket Prep, Test.com, Counseling Exam, plus the How to Pass the Counseling Exam podcast, the DSM-5, the workbook from my school, and that was it. And I was all set. And I studied for about 3 months. And I'm going to be honest, that last 3 weeks, I didn't do much studying. I was like so done and anxious because I had a lot going on. The day I took my test was also like a little after our anniversary, but we had booked a camping trip to celebrate, just in case I passed my test, also like our love, right? So it was a lot going on, so I didn't study that much, but I passed with I think a 66. So yeah, I'll probably do a story time on the exam and what it's like, because man, I was more anxious dealing with all the stuff that happens before I sat for it, like in that 15-20 minutes, than when I actually sat down and took my exam. But that's for another video. All right, guys, so those are the resources that I use. Hopefully you find them very helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.